All right. Thank you for joining us on the Real Producers Beyond the Pages podcast. We are here at the state-of-the-art Groover Labs, and we've got the talented team at Adler Gray Videography filming for us. So I'm Sam Lucerini, your host and owner of Real Producers and Beyond the Pages podcast. We've got our preferred partner here, Dylan, with Dylan Hartnett with American Family. I always abbreviate that and just say AmFam, so correct me. And then we've got our top producing agents, husband and wife team, Justin and Krista Chandler. So thank you all for being here, and let's just dive in. So today our podcast is just going to be about insurance, real estate, working with your spouse, and maybe a little bit of everything in between. So Dylan, on that note, you want to start us off? Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you invited the Chandlers.
Sure, absolutely. So I'm an American Family agent. I've been doing it for about 9 years. Prior to that, I came to Wichita to run track at Wichita State from Dodge City, Kansas, and that's where I wasn't on the team with the Chandlers, but got to know them just because they were super studs back in their day.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, and I always wanted to be like Justin, so
Wow.
it worked out.
So if you guys had to race right now, who would win?
If we were to race right now,
Like in the parking lot over here off St. Francis,
well,
who would win?
If it's a sprint, like all out sprint,
Krista?
I'm definitely pulling my hamstring, so probably not me.
We could definitely allow some time to warm up.
Okay.
So we'll remove that from the table. So we're warmed up, we're stretched, and it's a straight sprint. Who's got this?
I mean, I feel
Where am I
pretty
putting my
confident in my
Yeah,
my
I'd
abilities.
probably give it to Justin. I don't know.
Do you guys have running shoes with you? Because I know what we could be doing after the 15 minutes in this podcast.
I'm good for barefoot.
Oh,
Then you definitely win.
okay. All right, very good. So then you met them in college. Track brought you guys together, and then you've just stayed in touch. I mean, you didn't know they were going to be realtors at that point. You didn't know you'd go into insurance wanting to build relationship with realtors, but that friendship just stayed intact?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's cool.
We would do workouts together every once in a while. Actually, I think they were even involved in real estate even while I was still in college. So they got started really young.
Yeah.
As an inspiration, I'm also a real estate investor as well, so they've kind of laid a good ground line for me.
I think we're both entrepreneurial in our mindset with things, and so I think that's what really brings us, kind of kept us in touch with each other, because there's a lot of people on the track team that we, don't really talk to.
Yeah,
as
you
much,
just lose
but
touch with.
Yeah, so I think that's probably a big part of it as well.
I love that.
I agree.
Would you say now that do you guys this goes out to all three of you, do you still use running as your source of like just getting out frustration or a good time to think, things like that? Is that still a tool in your toolbox, if you will?
Well, I know she runs like every day. For me, it's working out, therapeutic. It definitely is good to be able to do something like that for sure.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, it's definitely a time by myself that I can just be there for me.
Yes. Yeah. Just think or not think at all.
Mhm.
Okay. I like that. That's fair.
I admire you guys that still do it. 'Cause I don't run hardly at all anymore, but I work
That's
out
okay.
every day. But
Yeah.
There you go.
it's more of a social thing. I just like to go to the gym and see my friends.
See your friends. I know.
Right.
I say that to the trainers every morning. Like, that's not what this is for. I was like, no, I'm absolutely here to have fun at 6 a.m. You can't really have fun doing anything else at 6 a.m. So,
Buy one, get one free.
all right. So, Justin and Krista, tell us a little bit about your personal story. We kind of touched on that you did start to get into real estate while you were still in college. Tell us about that.
So we actually did not while we were in college.
Oh, okay.
However, when he was still in college, so he's younger
got
than
it.
us,
Okay.
and so we were kind of getting into it. I actually have an electrical engineering degree from WSU. Got a really good job offer at LSI Logic, and was actually negotiating my contract of what my salary was going to be, what kind of stock options I would have, and all of that. And I was basically hired. And then a buddy of mine from high school came up to me and said, "Hey, you want to get into real estate investing?" And I was like, yeah, because I was not excited about this job I was about to take on.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't do it. And then I went straight took some seminars. She got involved. We were just dating at the time. This is 2007. We bought our first investment property in 2008. So that's kind of the short story of it. And I'm glad we did that because we've come a long way from there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. We'll get into that. That's very cool.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So Dylan, back at you. What does a typical day look like for you with work?
It's a good question. I don't know if there is ever a typical day. I mean, some days you have somebody who's like, "Hey, my house is on fire," or you have absolutely nothing going on. The phone hardly rings, and it's just a nice, chill day. But my day definitely changes a lot. Also, mainly because of, like I mentioned, to the property management, real estate investing side of me. Some days you have to go call a plumber to go fix a toilet,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever the situation is. So I don't know if there's a typical day.
Yeah. So what made you, what was the catalyst for you to get into the insurance industry?
Well, and kind of like Justin alluded to, I've always kind of been entrepreneurial,
Mhm.
and I started a speed development camp in college where we went around to high schools and taught speed development. And I always wanted to go into business
For the
for
athletes?
myself.
Okay, got it.
To high school kids.
Okay.
And I always wanted to be in business for myself. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to coach for a little while, and then turns out, it's just not that great of a career sometimes. It's a lot of hours and not as much pay, and usually got to travel a lot. And I just kind of fell into insurance, and it seemed like a great opportunity. And American Family's been a fantastic company to work for, so it all worked out.
I love that. Okay. What is the craziest insurance story that you've dealt with? And so when I wrote this question down, what I was envisioning is all those commercials you see on TV where like the craziest thing happened and they had just gotten insurance like the day before. But anything like that come to mind?
I thought about that, and there's really not. It's
Okay.
not. It's a lot more boring, or maybe maybe
Maybe
I
you're
didn't realize
accustomed
how
to
boring
it.
it is, but I haven't had anything too crazy. To me, it's just, I guess it's kind of normal to have, we have a lot of roof claims, and you have a lot of
Sure.
water backups, and nothing really crazy, honestly.
Were any of your clients affected by the Andover tornado? Was that any?
Yeah, I had a couple. A good friend of mine, Bryce, his whole neighborhood pretty much got really. Some of their houses were completely leveled.
Yeah.
His is not livable, but about half of his house got taken, and
Wow.
luckily they have a really good family situation here where they have a great place to stay in the meantime, and he's been really good spirits about it all. And then that golf cart building right across the street, or right across the highway from the Y, that had the whole roof gone. That building, that's been a pretty big ordeal. But
Yeah.
those are the main two. But there's a ton of claims from it.
Sure.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. I bet those are not the fun phone calls when there's been a tornado or a fire.
No,
But you've
kudos to
navigated
American
those.
Family. They've really done a great job. I haven't had a single complaint from anybody. Everybody's been super happy. They said the adjuster's been great, so it's been thankful. It makes my job easy.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Because you're their person that they would go to and complain to. Very good. Okay. What is your 5-year goal with American Family here in Wichita?
Pretty simple, just growth. So in 2020, we opened a second location in Wichita. That's pretty much a by appointment only office for the most part. But I would love to see that be a full working, full-time office to where we can have it staffed full time, and just growth.
Yeah. And you've got a great location. So you're off of Central, just west of the bypass, the I-135. And you've got that amazing Wichita flag mural on the side, right? So people should be able to see that as they're going down Central and they're westbound. You see the school on your left at Hydraulic, and then that's your building.
We're catty corner from the Chandlers, actually.
Oh, okay, good. We're going to get to that because I'm super excited about this new development. Okay.
Yes.
All right, real quick, Dylan, what do you have any absurd habits or crazy things that you do or that you love that might surprise us?
I don't know if it would surprise anybody in this group. It seems to surprise a lot of people, but actually how much I love real estate and managing properties.
Yes, that is absurd. No, I'm kidding.
It definitely can be. Probably not to anybody in this group as much, but
Sure.
I have a passion for real estate, which insurance helps me support that passion.
Yeah,
So
it's beautiful.
that would probably be it.
Okay, I like it. All right, Justin and Krista, you're up. So, we briefly touched on this, but we if you want to dive into it a little bit more as far as the passion for real estate. And, Justin, you already mentioned that you were going to go down that traditional route with a corporate, 9-to-5 type of job. But let's expand on that a little bit. And, you bought that first rental property or investment property in 2008. And then talk to us about what's happened, like just real quick between then and now, and how many properties you've got now.
Yeah. One thing I think I just want to chime in on real quick is you're not taught how to invest. You're not taught how to do taxes. You're not taught how to live life in school.
I know.
And so
It's a shame.
you kind of go through life. Okay, so I'm supposed to go to high school, get a degree, hopefully get a job. But the problem is you a lot of times you finish that process and you're in a lot of debt. And fortunately, we were not in that situation. We were able to get through college without having any debt. But then I turned down a job. We didn't have really any income. And so
I was looking at the South Y. So
she's working at the South Y. I'm going to real estate seminars.
Yeah.
And so we have zero income. But the thing is, you can partner with people, OPM, other people's money. So you can always get started. So it's more so about finding the deal. But I wish we were taught differently. Kids and everything, as they go through school, they're not taught how to actually grow wealth and that kind of thing. So real estate was an avenue that we found to be a great resource for us to get into. We got passionate. We were always like, hey, it would be so much fun. Like we were dating, it'd be so much fun to take a house and remodel it and sell it. Like that'd be so cool. And then we're like, how do we do that? Like, I don't know. And so we just kind of dropped it. And then it just so happened that this whole thing just kind of fell in our lap. And but since then, we flipped quite a few properties. We currently are like 28 properties right now. We have them basically all insured through Dylan.
Love it.
And that's super easy.
Yeah.
I also love it.
Yes, of course.
I saw a text. We have a text thread going.
Yeah,
Chris is
it's
like,
we're closing on 2 on Friday, so we'll get you those addresses.
Thanks for the heads up.
yeah.
There you go. Oh, so plenty of time. You
Well,
can do that at 9 p.m. on Thursday, right?
Definitely.
Okay,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times we'll be like, oh, by the way, we forgot to
Last
tell you.
week.
Oh, gosh.
We have this house.
Oh, yeah.
Can
It's
you
been
insure it for
uninsured
us?
for a week. Oh, Lord.
That
Yes.
happens more than not.
Oh,
It
goodness.
seems like.
Yeah.
But it's just been fun. Like what our why right now is to grow as many millionaires around us and bring them with us. And so it's really fun to partner with people in investing and that kind of thing. So you have any 2 cents?
Yeah, the 2 that we're buying on Friday, we're partnering with people on those. And so we've been blessed in that a number of people have wanted to join us and just giving them experiences and giving them the opportunity to where they don't have money, but now they're going to have some experience and expertise getting into this kind of thing so they can, push themselves forward in their families.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have done this for over a decade now, and that typically makes you an expert in a subject matter if you've done that full time for a decade or over a decade. So, I mean, you are being the people that you wish you would have had, and that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
I commend you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So, outside of work, what do you guys like to do? What do you spend the majority of your time doing?
Well, we have 3 kids, a 10-year-old, 8-year-old, and a 5-year-old is sitting
Almost
over there.
6.
Yes, he's wonderful.
How well-behaved he is.
So well behaved.
Yeah. But yeah, we just, we do a lot of real estate stuff. I mean, honestly, right now we're remodeling our own personal home that we bought over in Andover.
March, yeah.
Nice.
The tornado almost took it out, and I was kind of hoping
Sad.
it would have.
Because
no.
you knew you were well insured, so it's all good.
Well, yeah. Well, and so we're kind of just working on houses, that kind of thing. We've recently started our own team, so
Yes.
we're kind of growing that. And
So let's hear all about that. Tell us where you were, how long you were there, and what One Link is.
Yeah, so we've been realtors. I've been a realtor for 9 years, and essentially the reason why we got our real estate license was because we were coming across these deals, making offers on these properties, and then they would, they shouldn't take our offer because their house doesn't need a remodel. It's ready to go on retail, and then they would hire a real estate agent to sell it for them. So I'm thinking, well, we might as well
got
get
there.
our. Yeah, we're there. We're in front of these potential clients, and so we might as well get our license, and we can be that person who then says, "Oh, if you don't want to take our offer, then we can sell your house for you."
Smart.
And so that's the reason why we got our license. But we joined with the team. We joined with Keller Williams, and we've since then, in the past 9 years, we've done over 1,200 home sales between the 2 of us, and so
It's amazing.
we've done a bit. And so it's been. I thought it was going to be a part-time kind of hustle, but it turned out to be a full-time gig. And so. But yeah, and so One Link essentially is we have a team of about 15 people, if you were to kind of add it all in. And what we're doing is we're just looking to grow as a real estate company, not only from helping people buy, sell, and invest in real estate, but also helping them invest in real estate. So we're doing some flips together as a team, doing some stuff like that. And so it's been fun. It's been a lot. And in the past 3 months, I feel like we've really grown quite a bit. But yeah, that's kind of where we've come from, where we're going, I guess.
I love that. And so where are you located? I said you're close to Dillon, but where on Central are you guys located?
So we're at the southeast corner of Central and
Hydraulics.
Hydraulics.
So just
Okay.
catty corner.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Right across.
Okay.
yeah,
good.
we're in the middle, still remodeling that place.
Good.
So it's like we're doing.
It's a 2 or 3 story building?
It's a 2-story building.
Okay.
Yeah, we recently moved upstairs. Upstairs is a lot nicer, and so we have the entire building now for ourselves. We were renting it out. It was a kind of an investment thing, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's where we're located.
That's exciting. Congrats on that.
Yeah.
Well, let us know. Let Real Producers know when you're ready for an open house. We would love to come see and celebrate and spread the word and shout it out.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Very cool, of course. So, what is one word, or you can use a sentence or a description, but how would you guys, and you could do this individually or together, but how would you describe our market today? I mean, today compared to where it was over these last few crazy years, or where it was from a year till now, but how would you describe it?
We talked about it yesterday, and so we were like, well, it's competitive, or, it's moving quick, but really, I feel like it's been fun too, because you get to use some of the tricks and things that you have in your back pocket to get buyers into houses, and using different strategies and things like that. So kind of getting to use all of our tools in the
Creative.
bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking kind of exciting because we've been in this market. We're shifting a bit, and we have some ways that we're able to help sellers, help buyers, maybe get into a property when it's not on the market. That's one advantage we're able to give to people is we'll remodel a property basically for a potential buyer. Let's say they're an FHA buyer, and it's very competitive for them. It's hard for them to get into a home because a lot of people don't like FHA or VA buyers. I don't have a problem with them, but so what we do is we can help those buyers still get into a property, and without being in competition with a bunch of people. So it's exciting. What I love about real estate is, everyone needs to live somewhere, and so
Yes.
you can help people in different ways. For example, owner carries. Instead of someone who can't qualify for a property, we can have them go into one of our rentals. They can purchase it as an owner carry. It's their property at that point. So in a turning market, there's always something you can do. Rentals is definitely, whenever it's a hot market, you're flipping houses. Whenever it starts to soften, and then you start buying rentals. You're able to buy properties at a discount, that kind of thing. So there's always a market for real estate. I remember back in 2008 when we got in, that's when we bought our first property. And everyone
brave.
was right. Well, everyone was telling us, what are you doing? The real estate market's terrible right now. And I'm like, well, we're getting some good deals.
Yeah, it's opportunistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm excited about the market. I'm just excited about everything that's going on, actually. So
Good.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that says a lot about you guys, that both of your answers were, like, I mean, it's all about perspective, right? Both of those answers were more on the positive side, because there is absolutely chaos and bad behavior and plenty of bad things to focus on. But I think that just shows like how you guys naturally operate, is that you're just seeing the good in things.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. So what purchase of $100 or less has been the most impactful for you guys? I know that's a weird question, but sometimes it's really fascinating to learn what hacks you figured out.
So what I came up with yesterday when we saw that question and was probably like my first pair of spikes. So I started running in second grade, and obviously that's where we met Dylan, but that's where we met as well. I remember the first time I saw Justin, I was warming up was it before school started?
No.
So it was during like a regular practice and everything. He
I
was
remember
on
this as well.
crutches. And I was warming up and stuff and just seeing him for the first time. So track literally brought us all together and everything. So
I love that.
Yeah, I injured my calf. I won't go into how I did that. But
Oh, well, now we really want to know.
well,
Sounds great.
I found out that the stadium, running the stadiums, didn't hurt my calf, and so they're all warming up.
Like running stairs?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so interesting. You would think that would be a very intensive calf,
Sure.
but it was fine. Like it's because I couldn't straighten out my foot. I couldn't pull my foot up. I
Okay.
had to leave it like this.
Okay, so you're kind of
So
always
I'm
on the
able to-
toes.
I'm able to do that. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how we met. I remember seeing her, and I was like, "Hey, Cody, what do you think about her?"
Wait, what grade were you in?
So I went to K-State first, and so it was it your second
It was my
year?
red shirt. No. It was my sophomore.
Sophomore. So we were both in the same class, but I had already went to K-State for a year, and then redshirted outdoor, and then came over.
Okay, I love it. So
was a
buying
real
the
person.
spikes got you into running. You found your future husband.
Wow.
That's a good love story.
I mean, that makes
Perspective, right? I love
yeah.
it.
Well, my thought was that I got her a Soda Stream, like 2 Christmases ago,
That was a good one.
and she uses that thing like almost every day.
Oh.
And if you haven't had Soda Stream
No, I
water,
haven't.
So it's just bubbled water, bubbly
Okay.
water, like carbon dioxide and
Yeah.
carbonated water, whatever
Okay.
it is. I don't know. Add some lemon to that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Okay, so what? Yeah, give us some recipes. What is your favorite thing to
They
drink?
sell syrups and stuff, so
Okay.
you can make it like a pop or something
Sure.
like that, but really just like a nice, like iced carbonated water with lemon.
Lemons, limes.
Super refreshing, yeah.
Okay.
You know how you get your wife
Sounds healthy.
something or your significant other
Yeah.
something, and then it's like, they don't really care about that. But this thing, the Soda
Yeah.
Stream, she uses it a lot. So
Yes.
we're gonna get one for our office as well.
I like it. Good job.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's
right.
right. Yes, you know that very well.
Still learning.
Yes, that's okay. That's all right. As long as you're able and willing to learn and grow, then yes, then Lindsay will be very happy. So how has a failure or an apparent failure at the time actually set you up for a lot of success?
I think that's what people are scared of is failing. A lot of people don't get into real estate investing because they're scared that they're going to lose money. They're not going to get a good enough deal. Our first property we bought, I would say we failed a lot throughout that process. However, we learned every deal after that hasn't been as bad as the first one.
Good.
I mean,
That's the plan.
We replaced the AC, I think, 3 times because got stolen.
Oh my
Contractor just
gosh.
ran off with the money for the second one that we were supposed to purchase. Just all the things that could go wrong seem to. But we still have it today. It's a great rental.
Good.
It started out that it was supposed to be a flip, though.
Yeah.
we had it sold to a personal friend that was renting it for a little bit to get a little bit more work history.
Mhm.
And then right before we were about to close, his house got broke into. All of his stuff got stolen. So then he didn't feel comfortable living there anymore.
Oh yeah.
So it was just thing after thing after thing. We put it on the market. It's not selling. AC gets stolen. All kinds of stuff.
You
So
meant to keep it.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were like all high-fiving each other. We were about to make like 15, 20 grand. We were broke out of college
Yeah.
people. And then and then 2 weeks later, we're like, why are we doing this real estate investing thing?
Yeah.
Like, this is the dumbest thing we've ever done.
But looking back, I mean, just sticking with it, not giving up.
Right.
It's just been a really beautiful blessing.
So fail forward. Yeah, learn from whatever happened, learn from it, and grow.
Do you think you'll ever actually be able to sell that house now, or do you think there's too much nostalgia there?
Oh, I'm excited to sell it.
Okay.
I would love to sell it.
No heartstrings. Got it.
Yeah.
We had a tenant in there for probably, I think she said 10 years, and I know she's been living in it really hard, so we need to go over there, take a look at it.
She
But,
just moved out.
Oh
I
yeah.
think we're ready if the right person came along that we would sell it now.
Hey Dylan, I hear there's a house coming up for sale and you can get it off market. That's what I hear
Always
from
looking.
there.
There you go.
All right.
Talk for later.
Okay.
There we go. Okay,
Get you
good.
a killer deal.
Okay, so if, and this can go to, well, it's a silly question really for you, but you can still answer. If you could have a gigantic billboard in Wichita, what would it say?
Buy houses.
We buy houses. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Dylan, we already know that you have a billboard on eastbound Kellogg on our way to Augusta. But if you could do another billboard, would you play it safe and have it be professional like that, or would you do something different?
I'd probably have to be professional. It's hard not to.
I
Always
understand.
classy, never trashy. Is
Yes.
one of my slogans. So
Yep.
maybe that would be it.
Okay,
Always classy, never trashy.
There you go.
There you go.
I like it. Okay, very good. Especially to you guys, how are you balancing family life with 3 kiddos?
Well, what I love about real estate is you can set your own career. Set your own time frame, your own schedule, and we speak the same language. Like when we're talking to a potential client, or let's say, we have them as a buyer and seller, and for example, their house isn't selling in this market. It should be. So it's either a
Yeah.
pricing issue or a condition issue.
Right.
And sometimes it's tough to bring up the condition issues because a lot of times they don't want to put any money into the property. Well, price solves everything. So then I'm having a price reduction conversation with the client, and then she also is having a price reduction conversation with the client. So it allows us to speak that same language. So they're hearing it from different avenues. But in regards to like the family setting, the kids, we like on Sunday after church, we from about 12:15 to 2:45, we were driving around and looking at properties. When the kids are in the back of the car, just like, oh my, what are we doing? Like, when are we going to eat?
Yeah.
So
They're good.
they're good. Yeah, they're good about
They
it.
know that's life. Like, this is what mom and dad do. This is what, has a roof over our head and brings in the food.
Exactly. And so I think we're giving them a perspective that maybe the normal kid maybe wouldn't see. And so, but what's good is that I can see her schedule, she can see mine, so we can schedule things around each other. The people set appointments for us. They see both of our schedules, so then they try not to double book us too much, but it still happens.
Sure.
And also, we've got a lot of family here in town. which is very helpful. My parents, Krista's parents, are always willing to help, plus her brother and sister-in-law. So we've got people to drop the kids off if we need to.
That is nice. Yeah, it takes a village for sure.
Being really intentional with the schedules and making sure that if we want time off, that we put it in there, and then
That's right.
we'll be able to do that.
Good. Yeah, that's smart.
They do have some of the most well-behaved kids I've ever been around. It's
Yeah.
really impressive. So
There you
it
go.
has to be parenting. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time
'Cause
I've been around them, I'm like, are there even kids here? It's actually incredible.
Well, and one of their most favorite games or role-playing kind of things that they do, they play listing agent. They'll like walk each other
oh,
through
I love
houses.
this. Oh, yes.
They'll be showing buyers' houses. So
Well, pretty soon they're going to be answering the phones because I grew up in a real estate family too, and child labor laws don't really apply when you're in an entrepreneurial family. But that's fantastic. Like they're learning that language, the negotiation skills, the time balance, and all those things that maybe you don't even realize that you're teaching them.
Sure.
But it's coming out. I love that.
that's how they learn my phone number, because I've said it so many times
Yes,
on the phone. They're like,
that's
"Yeah,
right.
8617. I'm like,
Yep, I love that. Okay, Dylan, when you are not working, what do you spend a majority of your time doing?
It seems like you may not be able to tell by looking at me, but I do spend a lot of time at the gym pretty much every evening. That's where I'm at. We're playing tennis at the same gym. We're at the lake. Pretty much most weekends we just bought our first Airbnb at Table Rock.
Congratulations, that's
Thank you.
exciting.
So that's been really fun and exciting. So we're spending a lot of time there. Snow ski in the winters. All the
Yes,
things.
yes, you guys are very active. Have you gotten into the pickleball stuff? Because weren't you going to put a pickleball court in the backyard?
I was. I
Okay.
was. It just didn't make financial sense.
That's okay. Yeah,
But
there's plenty of pickleball courts around everywhere
yes,
now.
play more tennis than pickleball, but I think the older I get, the more I'm going to be moving towards pickleball probably.
Okay, yeah, less running makes sense.
That's right.
All right, guys, so we're going to end here with a quick little speed round of Would You Rather. And you're welcome to expand upon these and give the why. And if not, you just want to give the solid answer, that's fine too. Okay, so would you rather be able to fly or be invisible? And this applies to everybody.
Fly for me, for sure.
Okay,
Mine was fly.
invisible.
okay.
Invisible just seems weird.
Could almost
Fly
be
on the
creepy.
wall.
It's different.
Yeah.
They're both a different perspective. So, okay. Would you rather be able to talk to animals or see into the future?
I don't want to be able to see into the
Yeah.
future.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to know like
Yeah.
when I'm going to pass away,
Sure.
all that stuff. Even though for estate planning, maybe that would be a good thing.
Ideal.
Yeah,
But once you know, you can't unknow. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I guess it
to
would be
animals.
talking to animals.
Yep. All right. Makes sense.
I kind of looked the other way at it. I was like, you know what? If I knew what this house would be worth in 5 years from now,
There you go.
should I buy it now or should I not?
That's right.
Should I let this tenant in here or not? Are they going to
Sure.
completely destroy the property? Are
Yeah.
they going to make it look, whatever? So I was actually looking into the future.
Okay.
If I
like
can
that.
change my answer to look into the future without knowing when I'm going to die,
That's fine. Hey, you know what? This is our world. We're creating it. So yes, that you can change your answer, and we can actually put parameters around that.
Sweet.
Works for
There
me.
you go.
All right, done. Would you rather have to write everything down instead of speaking, or sing everything?
Write it.
write it.
I'm a terrible singer, so unless I can be gifted with a Chris Stapleton voice or something, then I'm definitely going to be down for writing it down.
You know what? It's never too late to start. It could be a talent that you don't know that you have.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
It's our
very
world,
good.
and we're making our own.
We are. We're making these rules. It's all it's just us at the table. Okay. Last question. Would you rather lose? And this is kind of funny because of COVID. Maybe not funny is the right word, but would you rather permanently lose the ability to taste or to smell?
Smell.
Smell.
Yeah.
So,
Smell.
Okay. Very good.
I like food.
Because
way
food's
too much.
important. I know it is. It's way too important.
I have a quick question.
Yes, I have an answer.
Do you think of your memories in words or in images?
I would say images. Yeah, and feelings, like going back into
Yeah.
what that kind of imagery evoked.
Right.
Yeah.
I've heard quite a few people like that do podcasts say words.
Okay.
I'm just thinking, I'm definitely images.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting question because I was at a retreat last month and they wanted us to draw things. And I'm like, I am not a drawer. Oh God, this is going to be terrible. So there were 3 different pictures that we had to draw. And mine are like crazy stick figures. Like absolutely your 5-year-old is going to be a better drawer than me, I promise. And the second one, there was less drawing for me and it was like a whole bunch of words and writing. And the third picture was nothing but words and writing. She's like, you failed. By the end of the weekend, you need to actually draw to this. I'm like, I'm a publisher. Like I think in words, like grammar's important. So I am, it's interesting that I don't want to draw, but I also do think and feel and
in words.
In images. So yeah.
Images.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
Thanks for turning the table. All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much, especially given the last minute notice for being troopers and getting in here and just for your support and for your participation. It really does mean the world to me. And just the whole goal of this is just to help get your story off the pages and just to help others get to know more about you, spread the good word about One Link Homes, and just about you, Dylan, and your business and who you are outside of business. So I appreciate you all, and just everyone stay tuned for the next podcast.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's been fun.
Thank you.